Hey everybody, this is RyuuSentinel, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 2. We last left off going into Agon Wastes, and we have a couple of upgrades we're going to try and pick up.
I just called it Argon, I don't know why. Even though there's no R. I might as well say, this is a special challenge to me, Mr. Crumpet. Everyone knows me as an artist, and if anyone has seen my doodles, they will know what's going to come from this. So, for every recording session that I'm in, a part of Let's Play, I will be doodling whatever happens. Anything funny, anything interesting, I will be doodling. And if there's nothing happening, I will just doodle something related to this.
Related to the failure that has been happening already? Because I think I got hit in like the first 10 seconds.
Possibly. I'm trying to compensate with, I didn't do it the first one, I didn't think this up before I started, so I'm starting up on the second one. So I've drawn two things related to the first recording, so try to inform me of anything interesting, because you're being hit by bats at the moment.
You can already tell that I'm not nearly as familiar with this game.
You shouldn't be though, because you haven't played it as much. Oh, I'd spell my love in many, many words about this game, but I can't.
Yeah, I've beaten this game exactly once.
Only once? Well, it's more than Sunga, I must admit.
Yeah. I want to get Sunga in on one of these recordings, but he's lazy.
I think he's on now. I think I could have convinced him to come on Skype, but screw that. And I love these guys. I love the teleporty sort of orbital drop they do. But I don't see why they can't do that on Samus.
They're really annoying. Just like any other pirates. If you want, we could just restart, and if Sunga's willing to come in here.
No. Screw him. Right. I've got set a draw now. Hooray! Oh, that's why I wanted guests. I did want guests in it originally because I might be silent whenever I start sketching, because I'd like to concentrate. But also,
well, obviously,
they'll give me suggestions. Yeah, they'll give me suggestions. But I'm not that quiet. I'm drawing now, and I'm not that quiet. It's just I like to have suggestions to ignore, because people suggest to me things all the time. Jump deer. There we go.
Another thing you'll notice when I'm playing this game is I'm a lot more conservative than I was in Metroid Prime 1, because, well, this game is a lot harder than Metroid Prime 1.
It is very hard, I must admit. I mean, they psyched up the difficulty 50-60% because they expect you to have played a Metroid game before.
Like, Metroid Prime 1's hard mode is about as difficult as this on normal mode.
Yup, that's why I love it so much.
So, as you can expect, the hard mode on this game is absolutely insane.
It's also wonderful. And here is the arena where many Luminoffs have fought bravely in a Colosseum when Julius Caesar Luminoff was actually in prime. In his prime, sorry.
Well, here's our... this is a boss. Although we don't know... Oh, now we're going to find out. Because this boss gets ink-possessed very quickly. You don't even have to shoot him, I don't think.
I have ridden the sandworm.
And he becomes Bomb Guardian. He has a charge that can be a little bit difficult to dodge if you're not good at jumping. You really want to stay out of the way of his bombs. Unlike me.
You also want to avoid him whenever possible, otherwise you will explode. I must say though, if I will criticise the fact that Samus loses her power-ups, yes. And this creature is obviously very old and explosive. Hey, puns. But if it's ink-possessed and it had the bomb ability beforehand, how is she going to get power-up from an organic creature?
It didn't have the bomb ability... Ryu, it didn't have the bomb ability until it was ink-possessed. You remember in the opening...
It laid bombs, didn't it?
Well, not the opening cutscene, but... shortly after the opening, like when you went through a few rooms, when you had your power-ups, remember Samus went to Dark Aether, just following Dark Samus,
and
got all her power
got her
stolen.
swag nicked. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've just drawn that in a very basic sketch.
One more missile should do it.
There we go. Orbital drop. Yes, I might make offhand references to whatever I'm drawing, and whatever I've drawn will be at the end of the video.
This is pretty bad. Actually, I tried putting your Thardus picture into the video, but it came out like way too blurry, so I'm just gonna link to them, if that's alright.
That's fine, I mean, it will be uploaded sooner or later. Finished. Kaboom. Don't tase me, bro. I love it when she does that, it's so unnecessary. Look at me, I have a morph ball. Tasered.
So now that we have the morph ball bombs, we can actually break things made of telluric alloy, but most of the things that we had before that we needed bombs for, we can't go back there until much later in the game. Like that original area, yeah, we can't go back there.
It's kind of ironic. Just imagine if those grates weren't telluric alloy, they were power bomb alloy, and then you were screwed, you were locked in there forever. That would be an interesting time. But I don't know what to draw now.
It's called a Metroid game. There's always a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way. If there's a Samus, there'll be many power-ups followed. And I think that's a really elaborate system to just like... I would understand a door, maybe a lock. No, it has to be a turny style door thingy that must be exuberant.
Sorry about that. I needed to do that away from my mic.
Hands on the keyboard, yeah. Right.
And there's.
I'm doing that thing he's doing. I have my hand on my chest and I'm looking down at the floor.
There's a holograph of a Luminoth at the in each temple.
If you want the
details, and they'll basically give you your objectives for the area.
It's not really objectives though, is it? Because it's a sort of... I was going to do that anyway. Here's just to confirm it. If you'd like to know the details, each of the deceased.
Okay, it's collect 3 dark keys, enter dark temple, kill boss, get power up, get energy, bring energy back to temple.
Get the light. You don't get power up, you get light, because sometimes you don't get power ups. But it does sound like a shopping list, doesn't it? Right, let's see, get power up, let's see, shoes, margarine, oh yeah, light of ever, forgot to pick that up.
This Luminoth also
how did they expect?
This Luminoth also explains the basics of Dark Aether. As I said in the first recording session, the very atmosphere of Dark Aether is toxic, and if you're not standing in a safe zone, you will take damage.
I can't wait for Dark Aether because I love Dark Aether. As generic as it is in these golden age of games where it has a dark world and over-exuberating turnstile door crap, I still love Dark Aether.
If anything, it reminds me of Link to the Past.
Sorry, I have to. I love that game.
Yeah, I do too. I remember...
Let's talk about other games.
Well, it is a lot like Link to the Past because there's very slight differences between Aether and Dark Aether, and you have to take advantage of those in order to navigate. Especially much...
Yeah, you have to navigate.
Especially much later in the game. I've already got, at the time of doing this commentary, I've got most of the game footage recorded. Matter of fact, I've already got the power bombs back. I think that's the last thing I did.
And in fact, we're doing this recording last.
No, we're not.
Right. Yep, that'll work. I need offhand comments, and I feel like I'm going to sneeze at the moment. Ah! No. It's not sneeze. I have a cold,
And of course, now that we have the Amber Translator, we can open Amber doors.